Hello guys, my name is Evans and welcome to this video tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to continue looking at the October-November 2016 IGCSE ICT Paper 2. In the last video, we looked at step number 24 where we were producing a database report. In this video, we're going to continue with step number 25. Again, we're going to produce another report. Now, step 25 says that produce a report from all data which one selects only those records where type is SW, GY or TE, and fees due is yes, pay method contains can't, and then other attributes will follow as we look at them. But like I said, there are two ways that you can work around here. You can design a query and then build your database, or your report rather. Why do I keep on saying database? Your report based on the query. And in my opinion, this is one of the easier ways to go. Now, yeah, I'll show you another method of creating reports in Access. And as I was trying to go through this paper before the recording, I did struggle on one part because the report was not coming out the way the layout is supposed to show, and I was trying to figure out what way best I can work and to make sure that this report actually conforms to the standard that it's supposed to be. So I'll show you a way around, and I'm sure most of you agree with me that Access sometimes does change the layout of reports, and so this is a way around this so that you guys can see. So if you are in my shoes, or you did struggle with this section as you try to work on your own, this method that I'll show you should be able to fix this. Okay, so let's go ahead and create our query based on this information that we've been given here. Right, so create query wizard and just select a simple query. Then you are going to select the fields that you need in the order in which they appear. So first of all, type, then first name and last name. So go here, select type. So let's go ahead and pick up the table, then select type, then first name, last name, then other fields are add, post, pay method. So you have add one, postcode, and pay method, and the other field is fees due. Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 fields. So you should have also 7 fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fields. Go to next and go to next, and then I'm going to call this query as step 25 so that I just distinguish it from the other one and say modify query. Now we need to use this criteria that we've been given here to extract this information. So let's find out first of all if we can extract SW, GY, and TE. Okay, so under type we need to extract SW or GY or TE. Okay, and this is the case. So the thing that I want to point out is that please don't be misled by this all here where you put SW or GY and then the last part here you come and put it under here. Or what this means is that it will run this query based on the criteria that is on top without considering this other part, this all, and then it will come again and run the same query again, but this time with this part, and it will consider any other part where this part was showing. Okay, so this is very bad idea for you to use this criteria and then all down here. The other criteria I'll come back and I'll explain when I put in some other criteria here what would happen there, or maybe I can demonstrate that so that you guys can learn one or two things. Let's run this query, and you notice that you have only these fields that were listed there, but take note how you have yes and no on these other fields like fees due. So the next one is to make sure that fees due is just yes. Okay, So come here and go to design view, and under fees due just put yes here. Run your query again and you should see that fees due now is selected just as yes. Go back to design view and check the other criterion that you're supposed to use. Pay method must contain card. Okay, so anything to do with card, we should pick it. Whether it's credit card or debit card, we should pick it. So to do that, put 2 asterisk signs that show that whatever comes before card and whatever comes after card, you don't care as long as it contains card. And run this query and you'll see that it gets this. Now check the number of records that you have here. It's 1 out of 27. In other words, you have 27 records. Now let me try to show you what I was saying, that you're not supposed to use all here. So suppose this part here was not there and you opted to put your TE down here, and it's like this. Take note what is going to happen. So I said, first of all, Access will run the first criterion, this one. This one will run first as it is. It will extract data that is only SW or GY, which fulfills these other 2 conditions. It is contains card and also it is yes. Then after this query runs and this data is extracted, then Access will come and run again this other query, which is just going to contain TE regardless of any other elements here, because there's no other data here. So it will run this. So when you run this, you see what happens. You see there will be no here. This no is coming because data, the data from here, there is no value actually on this other line here. Okay, it just extracts anything that has to do with TE, and this is a bad idea because it is going to give you several records, and as you can see there are uncountable records, about 46 from 27 records, and this is going to show you no, 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 and stuff like that. So please don't do that. Avoid doing that at all costs. Let's go back to design view and let's undo this so that we have the correct information. So run it once more, and there you go. You have 27 records and everything is yes, and all the fields have been selected accordingly. Now the other thing, let's go back to design view. The other thing that we're supposed to do, if you go back to the question, we've been able to extract this information. Now what we need to do is to sort the pay method into ascending order. So let's come back here, and the pay method under sorting, sort it into is it ascending order, descending order? Okay, supposed to be descending order. So sort it into descending order, run it, and you should see that the pay method is sorted into descending order. Hallelujah, amen. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this query. Now once we have saved this query, the conventional method that we've been using, even in the other method, in the other video rather, that we used, was to create a simple query using a report wizard. And it worked perfectly well. Now I tried to create earlier on this report using the query wizard, and it was disaster. It was disaster. So what I'm going to do is to show you another method that you guys can use. It is quite lengthy, but it does the same results, and it's good that you guys can know also this other method, because you may get stuck in the exam and you don't have an alternative method. So in this method we go on report design as opposed to going on report wizard. Now what I want you to take note is that when you create these reports, they have got a certain structure that they follow. They have the report header, then they have the page header, then they have the details, then they have the page footer, and they have the report footer. Okay, so that is generally the structure of a report. So go on report design. You will see that you have the page header, but you don't have the report header. You can easily put the report header, and I'll show you just in a short while how to do that. You have the detail section and you have the page footer section, but you don't have the report footer section. And again, I'll show you in a short while just how you can go ahead and do that. But what we want to do is, in the report header, we want to put the headings for the report. Okay, so to do that, you can simply just put labels here. Okay, just text, and you're going to put these labels in the order of the fields, the way they appear in the question. So the first one as it appears is type, so just put type, and then just copy this. I'm going just to copy this and paste it there, paste it there, paste it there, paste it there, paste it there. There should be 7 of them. Paste one more, that should be fine. So that's type. Then the first one is supposed to be first name, last name, and add. So this one is supposed to be first name underscore name. Then the next one is supposed to be last name underscore name, and this one is supposed to be add underscore 1. And then let's check out others. Supposed to have postcode, pay method, and fees due. So here we are going to have postcode, then pay method, and then you have fees due. Okay, so these are your headings. So let's just enlarge this one a little bit. Okay, so these are your headings, and what you're going to do is to just drag it a little bit up, okay, so that it just fills this part. So just drag it. Yeah, that should be fine. So you can go ahead and preview this, and you'll see that you have these headings readily available. Okay, so go back to design view, and what we're going to do now is to insert. You're going to insert the control box for labels. You guys will call it a text box. So you click on it and then put it just there. And what you're going to do is to delete this part. Okay, delete this part and just have that there. Okay. Now you need 7 of them, of course, 1 for each. So this one is for type. You need another one for first name, you need another one for last name, and so on and so forth. Okay, now in order for you to extract data, if you try to run this, you will see that it is blank. There is no information that has been extracted whatsoever under type, and of course it also overlaps into the first name. So we need to take care of the layout as well as this one. So just reduce the size of this, try to preview it. You'll see that it has reduced, at least it fits there. So what you do is that go to design view, and under here, under bound, just click there and then go to data here. So data, you see a part that's called control source. Now control source is actually a feature in Access that helps you extract data that is from another table or from a query or from just something that you come up, but this data is readily available and you can use it. Now remember, we just created a query called members step 25, and we want to base the data that is going to be extracted under type based on this query. So you come here and you're going to select the table that you are going to be working with. So in our case, come under the database that you want and look at the queries that are available, and you have 2 queries. So this, you have this query and you have that. So get this. Okay, and let me just go back there again. So you have this, get it, and click on type and say okay. So I hope it will be able to pick up that. If it doesn't, then we'll look at another way. Let's try to preview it, and it didn't pick up the value. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to just delete this. Okay, let me just delete this from here. Right guys, so sorry, I had to pause the video and attend to 1 or 2 concerning the formula I was trying to put there. Yeah, so what I wanted to say is that in the first place, when we were creating this query, I should have associated this report with the available query. So what I'm going to do is to just remove this one here and then associate the available report with the query that is there. Okay, so come under detail, Let me see. Data. Where is the data? Let's put one box here. Okay. And you have control source, and just delete this one so that you have where it says record source. Okay, so record source for the report, that's where you're now going to select the query that is available. So in this case we're using query number 25. Just say add and close. Okay, so what you need to do now is to select the fields that you want this query to adapt. Okay, remember this query is different from the one that we created. The one that we created is able just to extract the information that we want, but this query is the one that we are going to use to build the report. Okay, we should have built, or we could have built this query just in the first time before we even build this query, but since we've already built this query, we can go ahead and use some of the properties. So just select this these fields, select this one, double click so that they are populated down here. Select them, and that's add one, select this one, and select this one, and then you can go ahead and run the query, and you'll see that it will produce the same results as the query that we created before. But the only difference is that this query is a report query, and we are going to use it to extract information for our database. Okay, so go back to design view, and once you have this, then save this query as, so I'll give it, it's a report query for step 25. Okay, report query for step 25, and say okay. Now I will emphasize the difference between this query and this query. This query, we want to extract information from it to give to this other query, but this let me just close it now, say yes. This other query that we just created earlier on, we were extracting the information. Like you can see, we have all these data descending, like, yes, and so on. But this other query, it is just built based on the previous query so that we can extract that information to use in this report. Now, how you do that, you see here it's written record source. You make sure that the table that you have selected, or the part that you've selected here, is report, not when you do detail or this or page whatever or whatever. This is not going to work out. So how you're going to get to record source is here, come here and select report. So once it is on report, then under record source, or the source of the data for the record, if you want, or for the report, then select this one here and build a query. Okay, but since we've already built the query, I'm not going to do that. So now what we just need to do is to put in items. So come on to design and put in the control boxes, or the text boxes if you want, and delete this one, this text field, because we already have a label on top. So just get this and put it here, and resize it to suit this other one here. Now, if you run this and just say preview, you see that it is blank. And take note also how there's so much space from this box to the next box, and if you scroll down, you will see that there's so much space everywhere. So come back to design view and click there, and under control source this time, when you select this box, select and type the field, pick up the field that you want. In this case we want the type field, and run it again, and you'll see that the type field is going to be populated. It's going to be GY, then TE, and if you scroll down, you see there are a lot of them actually, but so much spaced. So what you do to reduce the space, you need to drag this up there and until it populates like that. Okay, so just drag it up just like that, then go ahead and preview it again, and you'll see that you have all these fields again. They'll be nice populated. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this the same for the other fields. So just get this, put it here, delete the text box. You just need to delete the text box, then get this, put it here, resize it to suit this one, click inside, go to control source and pick up first name. Do the same for the next one, delete this one, get it there, resize it, click inside get last name, then get another one, take it out there so that we can select this text box, delete it, take it there, resize it, click inside and get add one. Do the same for the remaining items, so that all fields are just okay. Click inside, postcode, then two more and we're done. Get this one. Now the reason I'm dragging it all the way to the other end is because I want to select the text boxes and delete them. The control box for the text field actually comes with a label on it, so it moves together with the label. So this is pay method. And lastly, we'll get this one. So select this here, delete it, and get this one, put it there, and bind data to it, which is fees due, resize it, and so on. Then resize this overall and try to run it now, and you'll see that all the data would have been extracted. Now this data is extracted based on the query that we built earlier on. Now you notice that you see square boxes around, or rectangles around some of these fields. We need to eliminate them. So to do that, you go to design view, but again you notice, let me just go back to report view, you notice that some text is cut, and this is not a good idea when you have text that is cut. So we need to make sure that the text is fully visible. So to do that, you need to expand this. Okay, so just get this, get this, get this, get this, drag them away and expand this so that the data is fully visible. Okay, so let's find out how it is. Preview it, and there you go. But we still have some information that is cut. So again, we need to make sure that we enlarge the text boxes so that the information is not cut. So go back to design view, enlarge your page, and drag these away. Select them all together and drag them away, and have this page enlarged. Okay, preview it just to see, and there you go. You will see that it is now fully visible and is not cut. Go back to design view, and we're going to close up the gap here. There's some gap here, just close it up there. Okay, that should be fine, and drag this side. So now we need to remove the text boxes, the boxes, the rectangle boxes. As you can see, we have these boxes there. So to do that, you need to go to design view, select all the boxes at once, otherwise you'll be doing them one on one, but you need to select all of them at once. Go to format and scroll down to border style. Under border style, just select transparent. Okay, try to preview them, and you will see that you do not have now those fields. The other thing that you need to take note of is that fees due was displayed as yes or no, but in our case it is now displayed as true or false. So again, you need to change the property for this one. So select it, and under true or false, under format, select yes or no, preview it, and you see it has changed to yes or no. Again, you will see that it is well aligned on the right side. We need that is to be aligned just below the field fees due. So go back to design view, select it as it is, and go to text alignment. Under general, select left alignment. Preview it one more time, and you will see that it is now aligned somehow better than it was before. So the next thing that we're supposed to do is to make sure that some space is removed, because there is space in between these fields. So remove some of this space. Okay, even here, remove some of the space. Now preview it, and you should see now the text is kind of compressed and all. So let's go back to the question paper. Now what we've been able to do, guys, is that we did create with the query this information, and with now the report, we've been able to design a report that fits on a single page. But how are we going to know that? I'll show you. If you come to here and go to print preview, you'll see that this is actually in portrait. Okay, this is in portrait, And how do you know that it fits on a single page? The last column is not cut in any part, so this fits on a single page. Okay, single page wide, so to say. But this is portrait. If you can change it to landscape, it will still work out the same. Okay, so close preview. Now the next thing that we need to do is to come back here and to include a heading. Now if you come onto this title, you'll see that go back to design view, you'll see that you do not have a header, a report header. So how you insert a report header? Just right click on the page and then come back here and say report header and footer. So select it and you'll see that it will automatically insert a report header and footer. We don't need a page footer unless we are told, but for now we don't need that, so I'll just close that. Okay, now we need to put our title in the report header. So the title is this one, the heading. I'll just go right click and copy it and then paste it, create a label and paste it there. And then since this is a title, you should make it bold. Okay, so let's go to home, make it bold and make it black, and enlarge it maybe to 20 or maybe 22. 22 will be better, and then drag this all the way this side so that this fits there. Okay, that looks good. We just need to test it to see how it's fitting out. So let's just drag this up there and drag this there so that our report doesn't get to have so much. Just drag it there, reduce. Okay, put it there and drag this up. The reason I'm doing this, I don't want the report to fill or overflow to the next page because there were too many records that could not fit there. So there you go, you have single payments, and that looks beautiful. Okay, so come to design view again. So under here, the only part that is remaining is that we need to make sure that our name, center number and content number are at the top right corner of the report. So let's put that. So just put there and put there and put Chikasa Evans ZM5560001. Preview it and you should see that it looks perfectly fine. So what you need to do now is to go through to make sure that all these elements are actually done. I'm pretty sure I've done all the elements, all the parts of this question, and the only thing that remains is for you to print this report. Okay, so this has been, I think this was one of the most challenging part in this paper. And I found it a little bit challenging, except that I was forced to go and use the method that I don't like using when designing reports. And like you guys can see, this method is quite lengthy. If it was just the conventional method of using the simple query and stuff like that, using report wizard, would have done this video maybe in 10 minutes or so, but it has taken some time because we had to go and design this report manually. Okay, so we've taken about 28 minutes just to do this part. Now this is just for demonstration purposes. You guys, you can be a little bit faster. If I was not talking to you and I was just doing things on my own, I would have done this a little bit faster. All right, so thank you so much, and this marks the end of the database report section, and what I'm gonna do is to do a quick mail match, and we'll see how far we can go with this one, but that will be just after maybe in the next 30 minutes or so. That's when I'll do mail match, because I have to attend to some duty of some kind. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video, and I encourage you to subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell others about this channel, and I'll see you in the next video soon.